Hi everyone, it's Michael Faust here. We're getting ready for our Facebook live stream. We'll be starting in a few minutes' time. Please be aware that we won't be taking any questions today. Please, we prefer you don't comment. We'd like you just to sit back. I'm going to be interviewing Mike on a number of subjects, and it's really important that you just sit back, relax, and enjoy the information and learn today so you get the maximum out of this session. So if you can please respect that as we go through the questions, that'd be much appreciated. And please invite anybody that you need to have on this call. You've still got a few minutes to do that. We're looking forward to spending some time today with Mike. We've got exciting things to look forward to. And our goal is to help you today learn how to build in a compliant way and maximize your success. And yeah, feel free to send us plenty of love, little hearts and smiley faces. That'll be great. It's good to see people joining us from all around the world. Glad you spend time today to join us on your Sunday. Really appreciate that. Just going to switch off my phone. So folks, as we said, today is just a chance to interview Mike on a number of subjects. We won't be taking any questions from the audience today, and really appreciate that you don't post comments or questions today because they won't get answered. Any inappropriate comments or questions will be deleted. Anybody who acts inappropriately will be blocked. We're going to put some pretty tight rules today to make sure that we focus on information that's being shared today and for everyone's value to get the maximum out of the session. As I said, today we'll be sort of talking to you about what's happening in 2018, compliance, what it's all about, and basically how we build business in a compliant way as well. We've still got a minute or so to invite your team and welcome onto our live stream today with Mike. Looking forward to sharing some great information with you. Mike's just logging on, so we'll get underway as soon as he joins the room. And once again, we really appreciate you taking time out of your Sunday to join us today. I'm sure it's going to be very beneficial for everyone concerned. As I said, please, no questions or answers posted from the audience. We won't have time to address those. Any inappropriate comments or information will be removed and deleted. Anybody acting inappropriately will be blocked. Let's make sure we respect the people that are on this call to learn as much as they possibly can. And while I'm on this call today, we've also got Andy Wyking joining me from Thailand and Chris joining us from Australia. You might want to say a quick hello while waiting for Mike. You there, Andy?
Yes, sir. Wonderful. Good evening here from Thailand to every attendee. I see it's getting a lot. We get packed today. So we have just waited for a few seconds for Mike because he has a new computer, he told me so. And he will sign it in a second.
No worries. And Chris, I believe you're in transit somewhere in Australia, sitting in the passenger seat of a car. Folks, we're really proud here at Digital Tycoons to bring you this webinar today, this live stream. And as I said, Mike's not too far off. So as soon as he joins us in the room, we'll be ready to get underway. So you've still got a little bit of time to invite people that you need to have on this webinar. Right, here's Mike. Okay, you there, Mike? There he is. You there, Mike?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Fantastic. Welcome, Mike. It was great to have you on the call today. Folks, we're going to get underway because I know Mike's time is very valuable. It's his Sunday as well, and we appreciate everyone today taking time out of the Sunday to join us. Please be aware today that we will not be taking any questions from the audience. We will not be discussing USA or Canada. So please, I'd just like you to sit back, relax, and focus on the information that's been shared today so you can get the maximum out of this window of time that we have with Mike Keefer, the Master Distributor for USI-TECH. So thanks, Mike, for taking time out of your day to come and join us.
Thank you for having me.
No worries. And look, just let's start with some good news. 2017 ended with some actually amazing record-breaking stats. Can you just give the audience a little bit of an actual refresh on what sort of statistics, what sort of stats we ended with in terms of number of members and total sales for last year?
Sure. We passed, I didn't log in this morning, but we passed 800,000 members, partners, clients yesterday. I think we're around about 100,000 and about 200 or so. So we're short to hit the 1 million. I think that will be done by the end of February, realistically.
Fantastic. And our total sales? Sorry, Michael, how are we going for our total sales? How are we going for sales overall?
The sales? I'm not sure if the total sales, including the BTC packs, but if you look at the tokens, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, we had the second split, the second bonus. So 2 more to go for the 1 million. The total sales, I'm not sure because I cannot see it in the back office I have.
Sure.
I could see it before. Now with the new one, I cannot see it, but I guess it's pretty good.
Great numbers. So we've got some really exciting things rolling out for 2018. We've got some exciting products that are coming out in terms of the actual mining facilities. And TechCoin and the things that the ecosystem we're developing around TechCoin. You want to share a little bit about that?
Michael, Chris is asking about video, but I cannot start it. It says it's blocked from the host.
Okay, let me see if I can get that sorted.
I tried it before.
Yep, I've got you. You'll make a host. I'll make you a host. See if that helps you get your video started.
Ah, there it goes. Now. Okay.
There we go. The handsome-looking man. Okay,
there we go. It was blocked before. Okay. Please repeat your question quick.
Yeah, we're just talking about some of the new things that are rolling out in 2018 in terms of products with the mining facilities and the TechCoin ecosystem. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yep. Sure. Like you know, we released the white paper, right? You all saw it.
Yes.
On Monday, by the way, tomorrow, we do a webinar with one of our TechCoin developers. I think Andy has the link. Maybe he can put it in the chat. So that's open for everybody. We will go through basically everything, or he more in detail with more explanations, more detailed explanation about the own blockchain, about the trading platform, about the exchanger, about the ecosystem, and where he sees is the coin going. And I can maybe say something right now, but it's not 100% guaranteed to what I say right now. But tomorrow, on Monday, they invited me to a call as well, where we will talk about our own debit cards. So it looks that they already a lot further than planned, and that will be amazing in the time where every other company put off their credit cards, it looks like we can bring in our debit card a lot faster than we thought. So, but more I know tomorrow afternoon.
Great. Thanks very much, Mike. Yeah.
Core developer, he's on his way to Singapore, or he's already there, I guess. He left yesterday. And that will be cool news because, hold on, let me turn this off, because that would be amazing, actually. In the time where everybody else don't have debit cards, we would have it. But we'll see you tomorrow. So
that'd be great. Well, we're looking forward to hearing more about the developers and the ecosystem. We've put a link on our Facebook page about that as well. And so please go to there to get more information about that. We've got a series of events coming up in Munich and also Manila. Can you share a little bit about, are they open to everybody to attend?
Absolutely. I see myself here on the laptop. A little bit time really.
Time lapse, yeah.
Let me turn this off. Maybe there's an echo in it. Munich, we wait for the final contract that should have been sent this week. Not sure if they got it or not. Latest then next week, and then we can start to promote it. In Munich, there will be one of the core developers of the tech coin will come live and speak. By the way, there will be like how do you say it in English, like an information now coming, I think every week, not only by webinar, by video as well, in terms of the coin, the blockchain, everything I mentioned before, the trading platform, the exchanger, the debit cards, the whole payment system, and so on. So there will be more information or education coming as well. I heard that's finished. So at every event now in Munich and in Manila, there will be one or two of the core developers live on stage and explaining more and more about the coin, because in the future it will be very important for us all, because you will see there will be some products together with the coin, with the trading platform. There will be a strong client base as well, because the products are not only for us, it's for the whole world. So that will happen in Munich. I think, what was the dates? The 15th and 16th?
I think it was 16th and 17th, I think it was, of March.
16th and 17th. And Manila in April was 13th and 14th, something like that.
Yeah.
So the promotion should go out, not the promotion, but
yeah. Again, we'll post all details on this on our Facebook page,
okay,
so everyone knows all the information.
Next week for Munich.
Great. Just by the way, everyone, please understand that we're not taking any questions about USA and Canada or taking any questions from the audience today. It's an opportunity for us to interview Mike and tackle a few questions that are very pertinent for everybody to help them grow their business. So if you can just leave the comments out, that'd be greatly appreciated. Mike, obviously we're talking. Sorry, go on.
Audience, happy to answer it, but they told me as well to wait for the info. So I'm not the lawyer. If I know it, we will share it definitely, but I have to wait as well for the company to get.
We've got to listen to feedback. Very important to listen to the lawyers.
Exactly.
Great, Mike. In terms of actual the actual tools that we get to use to promote USI, obviously a lot of members have been creating their own resources, but you said that the company is now creating some resources we can use. Any timeline on when we're expecting to see those?
Yeah, it's actually finished since about 2-3 weeks, but we're not so happy with the results. And actually the guy who is responsible now should finish it by Tuesday.
Okay,
so let's cross our fingers and hope it looks the way we would like to have it.
Yeah,
but it's actually since 2 or 3 weeks, but the results were not so great. So it got back and forth, and now they took it away. What I heard from that company and gave it to somebody else, and they're finalizing it.
Great. Well, it's very important that'll provide all members with actual marketing materials that are compliant.
Correct.
Past, and they'll be high quality, and make sure they tell the accurate story what USI is all about, and that'll means members don't have to go there and create their own content.
Absolutely.
Mike, there's a lot of talk about transparency in terms of mining pool results and trading pool results and everything else. Can you give us any insights on what might be available in the near future to help provide a bit more transparency?
Sure. Transparency is ready as well. I saw it already last week. But for me, you know, I'm not the technical guy. I did not really understand everything that I saw. So I thought, when I don't understand it, probably it doesn't mean that you don't understand it. But I was asking if it can be a little bit displayed more easily than like I saw it. And now I think we get what I saw yesterday, a link for every day, and you can basically see everything in one day, what's getting mined. That will, it's ready. Hopefully they release it by Monday as well. Just keep in mind for those who maybe start to calculate the returns, that's only a part of it, because it's always about a couple months, how you say, at time. For example, when you buy a certain amount of hash rate, until you can display it, it takes about 3 months, I think. Now we're waiting, what, about 3 months as well, I guess. So keep in mind that's the first chunk of the hash rate of a certain amount of beta hash, and then you'll see the next one, the next one, the next one. I think you will, what I understood, until the end of September 2018, then you will see the full blast of what already USI-TECH bought, and that's pretty huge. So with everything that they have already and will, I think, come now next week, they have another big beta hash what they buy. We will be definitely, and when it's shown in the blockchain around what I heard the end of September, the full amount, we will definitely be one of the top 10 biggest miners in the world.
That's great
and
news.
Transparent in your back office.
Great.
So hopefully next week we'll see the first chunk. I think that's over 100 beta hash already. That's quite an amount.
Great. We're looking forward to seeing that. And obviously, there'll be technical people who will help to explain it in a way that the layman like ourselves will be able to understand. Mike,
again?
I said hopefully we'll probably get some technical people from USI who'll be giving us a bit more information about how all that works. Yeah, great. Okay, so one of the things we're talking about today is compliance. And when we say compliance, can you give us just your interpretation of what that means for USI members when we talk about compliance?
You mean in terms of, sorry, you mean in terms of presentation material?
What does it mean to the average person when we actually use the word compliance? What does it actually, okay. what does it mean to the average person?
Okay. It means that they stick to the terms and conditions, that they do not promote their own websites in terms, if they're not applying with the company terms and conditions. What I mean is basically no claims, no guarantees, no income guarantees, no whatever guarantees. And that was a little bit the issues, or not a little bit, it was the issues with some other countries, that there were some websites made, not by the company, their own websites with just amazing stuff on it, let's say it this way. So do not use any claims, do not just stick to the terminology from the company, stick to the terms and conditions, stick to what's on the website as well. Do not overhype this business. And I don't think we need to overhype it, to be honest. We have an amazing product or amazing products. We have an amazing business where people can see our results. So I do sometimes not understand why, let's say, certain people have to do this in such an extreme way. So keep and be compliant. That means just stick to the terms and conditions and do not use any claims.
And if you don't know where the terms and conditions are, if you go to your USI site, scroll down to the very bottom and you'll see there's a link for the AGB, I think it's AGBS, but it's linked to terms and conditions. I encourage everyone to read that. Most people register and they tick the box to say they actually agree to it, but they don't really check to see what they're agreeing to, but it lists very clearly what you can and can't do. And the reasons why we need to actually be compliant is that there are rules and regulations set aside by regulators around the world, governments, and so forth, that say what companies like USI can and can't do. and we are the marketing arm, and we have to be very mindful of what we say, because we can put the company at risk, and we potentially put everybody's business at risk. And all of us are actually enjoying the benefits of the product and opportunity, and we don't want to put that at risk.
Correct. And you have to see, I mean, we're growing pretty fast. Like, we're not only have lovers surrounding us, we have other people who who are looking at us very critically. So exactly what you said. Let's keep our baby clean. Yeah. And
I think you've got to expect that when you're growing so fast, you're going to expect these sort of challenges, and you've got to expect that when people migrate from other opportunities, those company owners and their upline and other people won't be too happy about that. And, not everyone actually plays fair. Some people actually play pretty dirty, and they will go out of their way to make you look bad and try and make up stories that aren't actual factual. So it's really important to make sure we promote in a very compliant way. So, Mike,
because we're getting bigger and bigger and bigger, so everybody's looking more and more into this. But actually, the interesting thing about all the the social media hype and whatever got written, it brought us so much more clients. It's amazing. So, on the other hand, it was obviously good publicity.
What do they say? All marketing is marketing, good or bad.
Yeah, correct.
Mike, can members create their own marketing materials in light of everything that's gone on? Are they still able to? And what, if they can, what is the process?
If you have something, just send it to the company and get it approved. What will come? We have 3 different systems, by the way, that are almost finished, and I think the company will choose then one of the best out of those 3. I saw one pretty amazing, and if somebody wants and needs a whole sales funnel system and everything, that should be provided soon as well from somebody who did it for another huge company, and they're very successful with it, and so that's coming as well.
Great.
But if you have something, please send it to the compliance so they can check it.
Yeah, and that's actually compliance@USI-TECH-int.com.
Yeah,
and we'll post it on the Facebook page as well. Mike, what are the consequences if somebody does promote in a non-compliant way? What can happen if they do that?
Well, I think we learned out of the past. Somebody will get a warning if it's, let's say, if the website is a little bit over motivated in terms of content, then they get terminated. And I think that's okay, because we should not tolerate, let's say, not correct business behavior. And the company is saying it, we're saying it, you guys are saying it all over and all over and all over again. So everybody knows it. So if you're going the wrong way, you will get terminated.
Yeah. And if people find a marketing material out there that is non-compliant, what do they do to report that? They just...
Yeah, good question. Please send it to compliance as well. So help us to get the internet clean and get rid of all the websites. And I can tell you, you can't even imagine what I saw and what people sometimes put online. That's that's amazing.
Yeah, I can imagine. And if everybody's on this call, it's as much the responsibility of us as it is the company to manage this and actually police this. It's protecting your own business. And I've always had a standard response that if it's not compliance approved by the company, don't use it. It doesn't matter how good it is, how effective you think it's going to be and grow your business. If it's not compliance approved, don't use it, because you're putting yourself at risk and you're putting the company at risk. At the end of the day, what's the sense in that? If you're going to put the business at risk.
Absolutely correct. So help us to clean up the internet.
Yeah, great. Mike, there's a lot of talk about what's the best way to go about marketing when you're first approaching a new person. I think you posted recently that you'd enrolled more than 550 people personally during the last 14 months or so.
Yep.
A lot of people talk, do you lead with just sort of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as, what are the benefits of being involved, the rest of it? Do you lead with the USI to start with? Have you got any of your own thoughts on that?
I'm a little bit the old-fashioned guy. I'm not so, like, you know me, into internet marketing. I do not know how to do it. Should maybe learn it, but I did it the old-fashioned way, and exactly what you said. I always go over Bitcoins first, because Bitcoins is so all over the media, especially now because it hit 20,000, went down again, and now I think everybody knows Bitcoins, but still 99% doesn't have any. So that's actually my pitch. I start with the subject. Turn off my phone here. With going into Bitcoins, yes, and then I go more in details in terms of our packages of the ICO that we're doing, the tokens, and USI-TECH.
Correct. And I want to back that up. You know, the safest way and the most effective way to get the best results is to educate people about why Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, what's the relevance of it, the importance of it, and then why get involved in a Bitcoin or cryptocurrency business opportunity because of, you know, the benefits of that. And then once you've got the person educated on that, then it's a matter of showing them what your preferred choice is, and USI is a preferred choice. A lot of people somehow think that just shoving a referral URL for USI in front of somebody is immediately the way to go. And, you know, all you're doing when you do that is giving the person the impression that your only thing you want is just to sponsor somebody and actually make a sale. Take the time to build a relationship, take the time to educate somebody, take time to make sure somebody understands why they should be involved in this sort of business. And once they've got the actual trust and rapport built with you, they're going to listen to your actually preferred choice. And your goal is to help them make an informed decision, not to convince them or try and actually sway them in any direction. Because if you've got to convince somebody to get involved, you've got to convince them to actually stay involved. You're better off having somebody who's making their own decision, who's actually made a well-informed decision. And so, you know, that's the approach. You know, I never mention USI on my timeline. I don't mention it in my first contact with people. I educate people about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin first, because frankly, if they don't understand that and have no interest in that, why try to get them involved with USI? It doesn't make any sense.
Absolutely correct. I agree.
There's lots of ways
and use one of your good shirts, Michael.
yeah, they actually work. Look, it's amazing. I mean, everyone out there is talking about cryptocurrency in the media, online, offline, everywhere you go. It's not that hard. And I'm quite surprised how many people I bump into who actually have Bitcoin, just don't know what to do with it and are looking for ways to grow it. So, you know, frankly, if you start a conversation along those lines, you'd be surprised how many people actually are interested. There's many different ways to build a business, Mike. Some people run their own events, public opportunity events. Can they still do that? And if they were to do that, what would be the best way to go about that, the do's and don'ts?
Yes, you still can do it. I mean, in the UK, for example, I think they run about 30 a week by now. Or in 2 weeks, something like that. But just, I would not, you know, do a big hype out of it to promote it. But if you do a meeting, just stick to the slides the same. Do not communicate any claims, any income guarantees, as long as you're doing it like the way you should do, without not like giving out any income guarantees and claims. Then you're safe. Use testimonials. I think that's always good to get other people telling their stories. And at the end, just tell your own story as well. What happened, why you're doing USI-TECH, and what changed, or what changed in terms of since you started. So sure, you can do it. And I still would do it. I go next week, I go travel as well. It's still a relationship business, like you mentioned before. So I think it's important that we keep the direct contact to your leaders, to your friends. So definitely, yes.
And you can do that, you know, not only through public events. You can actually do it through, like we're doing right now, with webinars and Facebook Lives. And I mean, we've built an international team into more than 70 countries, and yet, you know, I haven't met 99% of those people. You can build a very successful relationship online if you take the time to get to know people, to answer their questions and the rest of it. I know that when you first started your business, you built it from your lounge room, basically in the first few months.
Yeah. I did most of it in the beginning over Skype. talking to people, still doing a lot of three-ways. And if somebody is in, then I just help them to get where they are. And if I can mention something as well, everything that's going on with the US and Canada, we don't have to hide, friends. It's just a decision the lawyers made there, but that doesn't mean that we can't do any webinars anymore, any live meetings. We're good. We're on plan. We're on the way to the top. If you maybe saw Alexa, we're already #1. So that's just US and Canada is a special situation where the lawyers will take care of it, but we're good to go. Nothing changed in terms of where USI-TECH is heading to, and that's definitely to the top.
And that's one message we want to get across in today's meeting is obviously, today's presentation. There was a lot of people around the world. USI is a global business. We really feel for those people in the USA, Canada right now, but we have to let the lawyers do their thing and handle it in a way that's the right way. But the rest of the world must go on. And today is really reinforcing as long as you do things in a very compliant way. Don't make claims that you shouldn't do and follow terms and conditions. You'll be okay, and you can still do your public events. You can do your webinars. I'd wait for the corporate marketing materials perhaps to come out to see the sort of sales funnels and videos and PowerPoints that are coming out, because we'll certainly be using them. But you also can build a very effective marketing campaign without ever having to mention USI, just talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general and what that offers. With social media as well, be very, very careful at what you post on social media, but also be very aware that there's going to be critics and skeptics and knockers out there. And if I listened to every critic that ever mentioned something to me, I'm sure you might feel the same. We'd never do anything in life. There's always going to be critics.
Absolutely agree. To be honest, I don't even read what's out there people send to me. I'm still focusing on doing my part, helping other people, building the business, sponsoring, keep on moving, keep on going, keep on pushing. 2018, I said I will go even harder than 2017. So I'm not focusing on all the blah, blah, because 99% is anyway, sorry for the impression, is crap what you read out there. So I would not waste my time. And if I can suggest that to you guys as well, don't waste time with all the stuff who's going around. We just have to wait, and believe me, I'm in the same boat as the networker and the master distributor. I'm probably the one who is affected most by that, but I always keep focused and keep on going, and that's the way to do it.
Well, I think the thing to keep in mind, everybody, is that your critics never pay your bills and your critics never fund your dreams. So as long as you keep that in the back of your mind, that you got to set your own race and choose your own path. Mike, one of the things that we've always preached is basically building a global business, and the importance we stressed about doing that was because you will have situations pop up. Regulations and laws change around the world all the time. It is a very difficult task to remain compliant in every country all the time. In fact, it's not possible to actually know that you're fully compliant 100% of the time in every country. So you've got to expect there's going to be challenges. It's not about the challenges that do come along. It's about the fact that you actually acknowledge that there will be challenges, but it's how the company responds and deals with that and is able to make the necessary changes that are necessary if the rules change. But you any thoughts on your own perspective about why people should build a global business rather than just their local business?
Sure. First of all, you have to understand as well that the company is always looking into, or the lawyers, we have now a consultant who is consulting the lawyers, but we're in a market that is very new. I mean, the whole crypto market, the Bitcoin market is a new market. So for sure, laws are changing, but that's what it makes so interesting. But what I want to say, I can guarantee you that I know that the company is doing everything to look into it and to come back, build internationally for sure, because it's like everything, diversify your business and build and start local. and you will start to get an international business. That's how I did it as well. Basically, I built it local from my home office in Europe. And, we're now in 70, 75 countries. But everything started with the first person. And diversify, like everything in life, diversify. That means whenever something is, like in the US, it's a business decision they made. But if you diversify on a worldwide scale, it's the best you can do.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it means you minimise your risk of your income being affected in an actual dramatic way, and you've just got to expect that there will, in this regulatory environment where governments and regulatory bodies are still trying to actually define what is cryptocurrency, how it fits in the economic world. Countries are changing their rules about it it seems every few months. So you've got to expect that we're in a topsy-turvy time. But as the reason we're getting so much actually attention is because they're taking it seriously. If they weren't taking it seriously, they wouldn't be bothered to deal with it. It's the fact that cryptocurrency is becoming serious. It is the future. And therefore, as they work out the rules, and you've got to expect that regulation will become more and more prevalent as we move forward. So expect that there's going to be challenges. You can't become a multi-billion-dollar company without encountering a few challenges along the way. There's no company in history.
Exactly. That's a part of growing, and definitely that will be not the last time that something will occur. But look at what was it, JB Morgan, the guy who said Bitcoins is the biggest scam in the world. About 2 weeks ago, I think I sent out the link. He regret what he said. He said it's not the biggest scam in the world, and so on. So people getting more and more educated as well, and I think even if it's getting more and more regulated, that's okay. That's actually the goal, to have a long-term business that is regulated, so we can stick to clear terms and conditions, or not terms and conditions, to clear how do you say, boundaries? Boundaries? Is it boundaries?
Boundaries, yeah.
Where where to go to. And right now the problem is, like you said before, it's not really clear. There is a law, but it's not really defined like maybe the tax law or this law or that law. That will definitely change, I think, in the future, but that's okay. That's good for everybody.
Yeah. And also the other thing about being diversified globally is that you end up with a 24/7 income. I mean, you wake up and while you've been sleeping, people are busy working, and that's one of the best things.
but that means your phone will ring too 24 hours.
Yeah, don't worry. I put my phone on to silent when I go to sleep. I actually like my sleep, but I can imagine your phone never stops. So I know it doesn't. So look, just in summary, what we covered today, basically, there's a lot of exciting things to look forward to that are rolling out this year. Developing our ecosystem around TechCoin is going to see us end up with our own cryptocurrency that has the possibility of being one of the top 10 on the coin market cap. We've got actually quite diversified in that, and we're probably going to be launched with a lot more things in the ecosystem than any other coin would typically have. We're going to hear more from the technical side of that from the developers on tomorrow's webinar, and also in Munich and Manila at the events and in all future events. There's a lot more transparency coming out about all the things that we've talked about for a long time. We accept that things don't always happen as fast as we want them, but they are. Everyone's working very, very hard to provide that. And most of all, you can get busy promoting your business. I know a lot of people have sort of been worried, can I actually get busy marketing again? Folks, there's no time to waste. As Mike said, the company's growing even faster now in spite of all the news that's out there about USI. Because don't forget, if people are talking about USI, that means they're talking about USI, and that gives you an opportunity to talk about it. And do an actually three-way call with your upline support who knows more about what's going on and know how to tackle these conversations that come up. But work with terms and conditions, use only materials that are compliance approved by the company. It's very, very important. So Mike, you got any closing comments? I know it's your Sunday and you've got things you need to get onto. Is there anything you want to share with everyone before we sort of wrap it up today?
Sure. First of all, thank you for setting up the call. And you know, building, even in network, I know some people make quite an income already, but keep in mind, this is a long-term project. Keep on building, get out of the sleeping mode now, the Christmas mode, the New Year's mode, get back to work. That's what I'm doing too. Like I said before, 2018, I will push even harder in terms of building this business than 2017. But I do it because I see all the excitements around the globe. I see all the lives we're changing. I see what's coming, or you all see it, what we have already, and what we accomplished in only 1 year. That's amazing. And if you look at that, remember the link, I don't know if you saw it, from businessforhome.org, maybe you can post it on Facebook, where in terms of momentum, we hit #1. We passed companies that are like 20, 30, 40 years on the market. We're only 1 year here. That's amazing. So that gives me so much motivation, and I see others, of course, around the globe as well. So I think the company, from my understanding, is doing and holding their promises, and they deliver on everything they say. There were some difficulties for sure. For example, when we did the switch from one software house to the other, but that's passed as well. I remember people are saying, oh, now, whatever, it's not working anymore. This is the growing phase. It's like in every company, you want to be in this moment, you want to build in this moment, in the exciting time. In 3-4 years, it will be exciting too, don't get me wrong. But now is the time to secure your peace. And I'm 100% sure if we do this the right way, you will never have to do anything in life anymore. This will be your pensions and your children's pension. And I think some of you know what your income possibility is. And I'm very, very, very happy and very thankful for USI-TECH gave me and gave the rest here of the world. So don't forget the call tomorrow at 2 o'clock Berlin time. Yeah. Andy always got a nice description, what time zone. Have a look what's behind this coin. I think I mentioned that last time. I met one of the core developers in Brazil. I was blown away. I was literally flying home after dinner, because it's really, really profound what we have in this coin and technology and everything what's coming. And in my opinion, I mean, we're close to 1 million clients. If 1 million clients, only one, I mean, everybody just refers one client to the platform, for example, we're 2 million in like this. And so exciting times ahead, friends. That's why I go out there, promote. And let's build this baby and make it stronger and stronger and stronger.
Yeah, it's very important. I like to understand too that, you know, just like Bitcoin, there's 3 phases of any new trend. There's the early adopters, and that's what we've been in this early adopting phase of cryptocurrency. There's the institutional investors that are coming in now. You're seeing your hedge funds and big organizations coming in, and then you've got the actual mass adoption of the public. Well, it's no different to a new MLM company. You know, this is the early adopter phase, folks. Don't expect everything to be perfect. Don't expect everything to work like clockwork, and you don't get this sort of rapid growth without encountering challenges. So if you want everything to be perfect, come back in the future, but don't forget the opportunity might not be there as good there as well. But, you know, we're coming into the next phase where we're moving out of early adopter phase. The transparency is coming, the professionalism is becoming all the marketing tools, and we're now into a phase where we're going to attract some of the major players as they see the evidence of everything that we've claimed come to pass. And then we'll see the mass adoption. Then we'll see the masses, because they'll be not only looking at it as an opportunity, they'll be looking at our tech coin and the ecosystem, what we've developed as well, and we get the general public. So, folks, if you thought that you've missed the boat, you haven't missed the boat. The boat's just left the actual dock, and it's really an opportunity to get involved. So, Mike, I want to thank you for taking time out today. I know you're a very busy man. Thanks to everyone else as well, taking your time out on a Sunday. We're very excited about the webinar tomorrow. Please go to our Facebook page, see the link, and we look forward to talking with you again tomorrow.
Thank you, Michael, for and Andy and everybody who sets up the call. Chris, for your amazing leadership, and thank you the rest of the world. I don't know how many are online. We definitely have the best team in the world. I can tell you this. Very proud of you all. And let's make 2018 the best year ever. Wish you a happy Sunday, and see you soon. See you tomorrow.
Thanks very much, Mike. Take care. God bless.
Bye-bye.
Okay.